Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is a work reading for Scorpio from the 1st to the 14th of October 2018. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. If you'd like a personal reading, I've put my details in the description box, so please contact me. It's the details of my email and my website. I put the decks I'm using also down in the description box, and I put links to Amazon and eBay if you want to purchase these decks. And please don't forget to watch the new videos on the deck reviews that I'm doing. You might find them very interesting. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and leave me a comment if these messages resonate with you. So I'm doing a general energy read to start with, and then I shall do a tarot read after that. So there's some upsetting news coming along for you in your work situation, so be aware that that's coming in. You've been involved, you might need to ask a friend for some sort of help and advice on how to deal with this news that is coming in for you. So there's somebody that is very supportive, some sort of partnership that you have, some sort of business partnership, some sort of friend that's there that will help you deal with this upsetting news. This news could be involving a promotion or salary raise that you've been going after. So maybe you're not, you might not be getting it, and that might be something that is going to be very, very upsetting. Well, it would be very upsetting. So just be aware that there's something upsetting coming in, and it's with regards to a promotion or a salary raise. So in the past, you've been through some sort of financial crisis, but that seems to have sorted itself out. So you went through a problem with money, and there was that problem was sorted out for you in the recent past. So going into the future, you need to act with power and authority and confidence, and there might be some sort of sacrifices that you need to be making for this particular job. So make sure that you're standing your ground, acting and showing people that you have the authority and the power to do things, and that you are worthy of getting this promotion and raise. So don't let this thing be a stumbling block to you. Go for it still, and act with confidence, act with authority, in order for you to overcome this problem. You might need to be getting some information from a friend around you that will allow you to deal with this particular problem. And there might be some sort of sacrifice that you need to be making in order for you to get this particular post or salary raise that you want. So those are the energies for that week. So I have shuffled this deck. I'm just going to draw some cards from it. So the general energies are the Seven of Pentacles. So you are waiting for something to come in. You are probably waiting for this raise or this promotion to come in, because you see this person sitting over here. They've been nurturing. They've put in investment of time into this particular job that they've done, because they've been working very, very hard. But there seems to be, some sort of restriction, some sort of barrier that's preventing them from getting this abundance. You can see all these trees are chained as well. There's money on them, but this person hasn't gotten hold of it. So whatever projects you have maybe haven't paid off yet, or whatever job you're waiting for, whatever promotion you have been waiting for has not come through for you yet, and you are sitting and waiting for it because you've invested a lot of time and effort into this particular project or this particular job. So what's going on around you? You've got the High Priestess, and you've got the King of Cups. So you are looking out for some sort of messages to come in, and you have been maybe praying a lot about it, accessing your higher self, looking to answers within yourself, reviewing whatever is going on. Maybe you've done a lot of studying as well, but also there is this kind of tornado across the sky over here. So there has been problems. You've been reviewing these problems. Now you do have the answers to these problems with you. You need to go deep within to find out. That means you need to actually do a sort of a self-review to find out what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, write like a pros and cons list, and start acting and working on these particular things that you are deficient in. You've been looking for inspiration from around you, and you've been looking to have some sort of divine message come in, because you can see this cat is looking at the sky with his telescope. So you're looking for some sort of inspiration. You're trying to find a direction in which to go, and which to proceed in, in order for you to get that happiness, to get that satisfaction that you want as well. So trying to find some sort of direction. Now this High Priestess has got the new moon over here. So this is a new phase, and you are looking for that solution. You are very actively looking for a solution to your problems right now. So in the past year, you've got the Six of Swords. It seems like you've left a very difficult situation. Maybe the old job or wherever you're working for has caused a lot of distress. You've got all these swords lying on the floor over here, and caused a lot of problems. And you've like left that situation. You've, it was very, very confused. You didn't have a lot of clarity within that situation, but you seem to have pushed off from it and left, completely left that situation. And you've got the Page of Swords over here. You have made a decision. There was some information that you had in your hand. You had this information and you made a decision, and you wanted to move this decision to move out of these problems. You had some sort of obstacles over here, but you did have that information in order for you to move out and make a decision, based, on facts rather than emotions, because the sword, it's some truth that came in, some sort of revelation that came in, some news that came in order to pick you out of that situation. So whatever you were facing over here, it seems like you did have that information to get out of that situation and move to something better. It raised you above the problem, and this has been on your mind, finding the exit door out. So you've been thinking about it. Maybe you haven't left completely, because this boat is ready to push off but hasn't left yet. This cat is there with the information but hasn't flown off yet, hasn't gone through the barrier, and you've got this exit on your mind. So you're thinking about, maybe you're thinking of ending that cycle, thinking of leaving, but you haven't quite left yet. So maybe you're still sticking around hoping for something to come through. Maybe they promised you a raise, or they promised you a promotion, or they promised you extra money, and you're sitting and waiting. So these cards seem like you're ready to head for the door, but they seem to have got you stuck there by, maybe they're dangling some sort of carrot in front of you, saying, if you stay, we'll give you this, or we'll do this for you, or you will get that. Or maybe there's a promise of this promotion, or the promise of this money that is keeping you there in that particular position, even though you want to move. And you've been working very, very hard as well, doing a lot of studying and research, and that's going into the future. You've got the Queen of Cups over here, spending a lot of time doing work, not sleeping at night. Maybe there's been a lot of stress, and anxiety as well, burning the midnight oil. You've been interacting with a lot of information. You can see this woman is writing a lot of letters over here. So a lot of communications that you've been sending out, trying to find maybe a new job. Maybe you've been trying to get yourself out of the situation by, working, by sending out a lot of, emails, or putting out a lot of information about yourself onto the internet. But also this could be that your work itself involves a lot of information, and working maybe, with computers, or something that's involving information as well. And you yourself are pretty strong. You are standing up for your beliefs, and whatever big challenges you are facing, you are standing up for it. With the Seven of Rods, whatever big problems that you are facing, you are standing up for a good fight. You're not letting them take advantage of you, and you're showing them that you know who you are, and what who you are is what they see is a very strong person, and you're trying to present that you can face any kind of obstacle and overcome it. So you are standing up for your rights, but you are around you, people are seeing that you are feeling very, very trapped within the situation. You are still waiting. You can see spider webs over here, and very trapped in the situation. So whatever they've offered you, it seems like it's keeping you in limbo. It's keeping you, and you're very defensive as well, because the arms of this particular cat are crossed, and whatever is being offered to you is keeping you trapped within that situation and waiting in a state of, not going anywhere. There is an option out. Maybe you do have some sort of new job offer that is on the table for you, but you are staying in this particular post because maybe they've offered you something that seems to be more attractive than what is out there. but it's kept you a bit isolated, and it's made you feeling very, very depressed as well, keeping you in the dark, really. So you want a big change to come in with this Tower card. This is what you're hoping, that things just change and everything, whatever you've been going through for the last few years, just dissolves and something new comes in, because you want the change. This is your hopes. You're hoping for the Tower to come in. You're hoping for some big radical change, something big, some big energy to come in. And that's what you want. Something to come in and cause a big change so that you can make that decisions. You want something to push you into making that decision, it seems. So you've got the Magician as the final outcome, and you've got the Strength card, and you've got the 8 of Rods. So you can manifest what you want. You have all the information. Maybe you're very busy multitasking. You might need to, there's another book here, so you need to actually either get some information, or you need to do some studying, or you need, because this card is also ruled by Mercury, so some information needs to come to you, and you need to make that move based on that information, you'll be able to, whatever ideas you have, you're going to be able to bring it out into the physical world. But you need to also weigh all the options, because you got the black and white candle over here. So whatever information, you need to go through it carefully and pick out that salient ideas and implement that. And you have that information. That information will be available to you, and you can use that information to manifest what you want. So you have to think like that you are the one that's going to be directing the way things go. With the Magician, you're multitasking and you are directing it, and you are very focused. Magician is a very focused card. It brings that energy from above to below. So you need to take that idea that you have in your head and put it into action. And you've got the strength to do it. You've got to act with confidence, and also you've got to act and make very big, bold moves. Things that you would not necessarily do or too scared to do, you're going to have to do it with the Strength card. And, you have to also be very charming, because the Strength cards, you can tame this lion by charming them. You've got to use kid gloves. So don't go in there very aggressively. You've got to do it very cautiously and, speak very, very nice, sweet words to people in order for you to find the doorway out. You can see there's a little door here. This cat is taming this lion in order for her to move into a new path, a new doorway opening. So whatever situation you have in there, if you handle it very sweetly, it looks like it will open doors for you. By sorting that problem out, you will be able to remove the obstacles that are preventing you from progressing, and you will be able to move forward into the light, out of the cave. So you can see this lion has eaten a lot of people, because there's a lot of skeletons over here. So this is a big problem. Maybe a lot of people have not been able to conquer whatever problem you're facing, or whatever person you're facing, because they might bite your head off if you approach them. But if you speak nicely to them, it looks like you will be able to conquer them, and that will remove the obstacle in order for you to move forward. You might get that promotion that you want by just sweet talking your way out of a situation. So just a little advice. So you've got the 8 of Rods over here. So somebody is bringing you this information. With the 8 of Rods, you can see you're sitting and waiting over here, and somebody handing you this information. They're taking their hat off to you. So somebody is going to be bringing in this information that you need in order to make that decision. It's something intellectual, because there's a hat involved over there. So it's something very, very technical, some kind of information coming to you, and they will come up to you and give it to you in your hand, if you like, in order for you to progress. So watch out for that. Don't miss that opportunity. This is an important piece of information that is coming to you. This is an important thing that you need to do. So they are going to bring that information to you and hand it to you. And so watch out for that. Don't miss it. And with that, you've been praying for all that information to come to you. It's going to be the key that unlocks the door for you to move forward. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Fairy Tarot. So the first card is the Nine of Winter. You have unfounded fear, focusing on the worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So you are not sleeping at night. You can see this person's awake and, just really very, very worried about what is going on. A lot of anxiety. But you can see there's birds over here. So this is like, this you are being guided and information is coming to you. If you sleep at night, you will get these revelations. So try and do something that allows you to relax, meditate, tap into your higher self in order for these messages to be brought to you. Don't sit there and worry for nothing. But if you sleep or relax or meditate, these messages can come to you. But if you're awake and you're worrying, then you can't get the messages. So try to do something that relieves the stress and allows you to make contact with your higher self so that these messages can come to you. And the second card is renewal. Review the past and the present so that you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. So there is a big change coming in. This is the judgment card. Judgment card talks about a decision and changing the direction of your life path. So you're going to have to find a new direction and let go of the past and past lessons. You bring in the lessons that you have learned and applied, and those that you didn't, you abandoned. And you find a new path. You are being given a second chance, especially with the renewal card, and things will change because this is a major arcana. It will change for you, but you need to abandon all that old anxiety and old belief systems. Maybe look at things with a different point of view. And the last card is release, let go of the past, and ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. So it seems like with these two cards, the judgment card and the renewal card, the release card, you need to let go of that past and whatever you did in the past, or whatever ideas you had about jobs or things or past, anything that's holding you back from the past, and move on. And it looks like the situation will end. You will get that information, somebody handing it to you in order for you to move forward in life. So you need to cut that out and move forward, and there is a new opportunity that is going to be heading your way, but don't miss that opportunity because this information is coming. This might be information, or this might just be a new opportunity that somebody's offering to you, and they're giving it to you, so you need to take it. And you are standing your ground, which is a really good thing. But if you get this new opportunity, it's going to take you out of this feeling of being very restricted and very tied up. So you need to overcome these barriers and go through that door, and you need to be really very confident and stop being scared of doing things. You have got the magician card, so you can do anything right now. The magician card brings things to you by magic, but you've got to focus your energy and focus your thought. And whatever situation you're handling it with kid gloves is the way to do it. So sweet talk your way into things, and that will remove the barrier for you to move forward, because you are planning on leaving. So that might be the way to do it. Just do things very cautiously, and make sure you're acting with confidence, and make sure that you are watching out for that information. You might have to let go of this thing that you're waiting for, because it might be an investment that is not going to be paying off for you. So you might have to change your path, especially with this renewal or judgment card. It looks like you have to change direction and do something that you didn't think you were going to do, and do something completely different from what you've had a plan, but you may need to just change your plans in order for you to move forward. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.